What is going on YouTube? My name is the Tourette Gamer, but you guys can call me TTG guys. And today I am going to explain in full detail the massive patch we got for Call of Duty World War II guys. But before we get into it, you guys have 3 seconds to like this video, sub if you're new, and hit that notification bell to join the Bark March. 1, 2, 3, boom! Alright guys, now that is over with, let's go over the patch notes. I am going to link the patch notes in the description below so you guys can look at it. The main part of this is the weapons. I will be explaining those pretty much in full detail, but we're going to start with some little multiplayer issues. They fixed an issue with the social rank rewards not granting. They fixed an issue where your confirmed killer order would not be completed by collecting both friendly and enemy tags. They fixed the issue with the confirmed denied order. It wasn't tracking properly. And then they said other general UI fixes and improvements. And Michael Condry, the developer, one of the developers, also said these are highly requested changes. They didn't fix the fact that it takes anywhere from 35-45 seconds to spawn in every other match. Another thing they did not fix is the god-awful hit detection. And they also did not fix where getting loaded into a game takes forever and then you get kicked out. Those are some of the things I wanted to see change. However, they weren't. Maybe we'll get it in the future. Now with rank play, they also fixed it where the icons change to the placement match icon in the scoreboard that appears before the AAR. So for all you rank play players, if you guys were having problems with that, they did fix that. And in zombies, they fixed issues with XP, audio log recording collectible. They also fixed issues where players were able to deploy more than the maximum number of S-Mine 44 explosives and lost those deployed over the maximum. And they also fixed issues with kills with grenades were accounting for the blitzed used stats. Now let's go into the weapons, guys. Now there was some buffs and there was some nerfs. We're gonna start with the shotgun. They buffed the damage range on the combat shotgun. Not the weapon I wanted them to fix. I think there's a couple shotguns that needed a little more buffs than the combat shotgun, but we did get a buff to the damage range, and now it is pretty much a one-shot kill up to 12 meters. So it definitely did get a buff at the range, but the only problem is the short range hit detection is still bad. Now for all you hardcore players out there, you guys know you hate getting killed by shotguns because their range is unbelievable. Well, it just got worse because now they just buffed the one shotgun that was probably lacking in range, and that was the combat shotgun. Let's move on to the machine pistol. What they did with that is with the damage range for the machine pistol, they went ahead and then they nerfed that. So pretty much what that means is the 4-shot. They nerfed the 4-shot by 66%. So the time to kill is going to take a little bit longer. You know, not a huge nerf by any means, but definitely noticeable. And anything over a 4-shot is, you know, the same. Let's go ahead and we're going to talk about the LMGs, because what they did is they increased all the base movement speed on all the LMGs 2.75%. And what that means is when you're not aimed down sight, when you're not ADSing, so pretty much whenever you're moving around the map or moving with your right thumbstick when you're not ADSing, that's where you're going to notice the base movement speed increase. And you can actually move at around 93% now with the LMGs, so it's not going to feel as sluggish, but still with the ADS, the only way you're going to change that is if you use scoped or the infantry division. Now, speaking of the LMGs, they did reduce the recoil on both the Lewis and the MG15. The Lewis, they reduced the recoil, but the pattern did change. Before, the Lewis would have a vertical noticeable recoil pattern. Now it looks more like to the left and the right for the recoil pattern. So instead of going up, it just goes left to the right. It is actually a significant change, but in my opinion, it's definitely a lot better than vertical. And with the MG15, they pretty much turned this gun into a laser beam. Before this patch today, the MG15 would have a very high noticeable recoil pattern that just went vertical. Now it's a laser beam. So the MG15, in my opinion, became the best LMG today. I think it beats out the MG42. Now let's go ahead to the FG42. They destroyed this gun. This gun is garbage now. Nobody's gonna want to use it, not even in competitive. In competitive, this was a pretty good gun to use. Now this is like if a dog took a poop, the FG42 would come out. They reduced the fire rate 15%, so now it's only going to have a maximum of 441 rounds per minute. And I said maximum, I didn't mean maximum. You can put rapid fire on it, but without rapid fire, it's going to have 441 rounds per minute. So it's going to slow the time to kill. The recoil is easier, but with the new fire rate nerf, this gun is garbage. Let's go ahead to the SMGs. The M1928, the Thompson, got a 7% increase in fire rate. So it went from 833 rounds per minute all the way up to 871. With that, there is more recoil. It's not bad, but the fire rate did get buffed. And the MP40, their fire rate got buffed by 5%. It went from 681 rounds per minute to 715 rounds per minute. So it definitely has a way much more fire rate. Obviously, it does have more recoil now, but it is definitely manageable. So the MP40 has turned itself around to be one of the better SMGs. It was 50-50 with the people I was talking with, the players I was playing with. But now this MP40 buff looked like it made itself a pretty popular SMG, guys. So that is going to do it for this patch, guys. Like I said, I'll leave the link in the description so you guys can look at the patch notes yourself, guys. Anyways, leave a like for the video, sub if you're new, hit that notification bell to join the Bark March, guys. Stay cool, fool, don't hate, eat some cake, thick thighs, and bright eyes. And as always, guys, keep on grinding. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Make sure you watch the previous video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and you guys have a nice day.